there. What's up, YouTube? Section 333 here. How you guys doing today? Sitting in the backyard. Yesterday was Yom Kippur, so L'Shana Tova to all my brothers of the Torah and sisters of the Torah. So, alright, this is the last shout out to Smith75. You've yet to contact me with your contact information so I could send your pipe out. So, if you don't contact me by let's say a week after this video posts, so the next video, I'm gonna pick another winner. Alright, for this 6 pipe. As we march toward 400, actually, we're almost at 400 already. I think we're at like 350 something. I don't know. I would actually have to check. I never thought 100 people would subscribe, in all honesty. I never thought 50 would even watch my videos. And I'm thankful for everybody that does, and I do appreciate everybody that does watch it. If I was more computer savvy, I would do an intro for it. I'm not computer savvy. I got the tablet here in my hands because I'm actually smoking 2 tobaccos today. And I'll tell you why. I like a good deal as much as anybody else, but I also believe you get what you pay for as well. Something I did do recently was I purchased some pipes, some tobacco off of Pipes and Cigars, and one of the tobaccos, it's been on sale all week evidently, or all month, was a Sutliff's private stock. And Sutliff tobaccos, they're hit and miss, I find. But the private stocks, those are usually hits, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like those are almost always been hits. So they've been selling them for $3.50 a tin. That is a phenomenal price. The only thing is the one that I really wanted to try was not $3.50 a tin. That one was, what did I spend on that one? That one was Molto Dolce. That was $6.99 a tin. That being said, I did buy several tins of it because normally it sells for $9.50 a tin at Pipes and Cigars. I guess they kept the price higher than the others because it would have more demand, and I'm sure they would have sold out at $3.50. They actually sold out on a lot of others too. They did get them back in stock though. They were on back order. I got 2 tins of Barbados Plantation, which is supposedly like a rum with Virginias. But I got several tins of this Molto Dolce, and that's what I'm smoking here in my Country Gentleman. The other one I got 5 tins of was the stock blend, private stock blend 5. or blend number 5. And this one, you know, it's funny because they don't put tin descriptions on these things too. Yeah, you got to look them up at the website. So this is not from. This is from the Pipes and Cigars website. This is not from. How would you say? From the Sutliff website. And I think Sutliff is owned by the Scandinavian Tobacco Group. I'm not sure. Sutliff Tobacco Company, but I think they're like a subsidiary of the Scandinavian Tobacco Group, or part of it. This is the blend number 5, and this is why I got the tablet out, so I can actually read to you what it says here about this particular blend number 5. Sutliff Private Stock is perfect for anyone looking for an all-day type of Latakia blend. A good share of Cyprian leaf is combined with fully tumbled pressed Virginias and just a bit of mellow white burley to add richer body. Relax and put your feet up for a bowl full of blend 5. And it is a very satisfying all-day type smoke. Tin art's not bad, as you can see. The only thing is I do have some other tins of Sutliff Private Stock, and I must say that they changed the lid. This used to be gold, and the new lids aren't as nice. They're not as heavy duty. The gold lids were heavier, I felt. The black ones here, they're not as heavy duty as the others used to be. So that's just an observation. I'm smoking that and this. This is my 999 Dracula, or I guess this would be considered a Rhodesian or a Bulldog. Actually, a Bulldog. A Rhodesian would have a diamond shank here, right? So this is a Bulldog pipe, and I'm smoking this number 5 in that. And this was $3.50 a tin, the blend number 5. This Molto Dolce, this was, like I said, $6.99 for that. But that's normally $9.50. This is normally $9.50. This is a good deal. This was a great deal. Now, surprisingly, this reminds me very much of Frogmorton. Weird, right? Without the tartness or the ketchup. This is nice. Tin note. You get the smoke from the Latakia. You're getting hay from the Virginias. That hay scent is there. That sweetness is there. That natural sweetness from the Virginias. You actually get a nice ribbon cut. You do get some dried fruit, but yeah, you mostly get that hay scent from the Virginias. And you can smell the burley in there, in my opinion. Rounds it out. Very smooth. And something tells me I'm not a burley fan. I'm not sure. I've had other tobaccos with burley that I did not like Brigadier. But that might have been the fruit topping on the Brigadier, in all honesty, that I did not like. But this is a really nice tin note. The tobacco is a little on the moist side when you get it. It clumps, you know. But as you can see, it's a pretty coarse ribbon cut, which is actually very reminiscent of the McClellan blends. Now, I have a tin of Alexander Bridge as well from Sutliff Private Stock. That is open. And I saw the review by Padre Piper on that one. Great review, by the way, sir. And I really enjoyed the review. So I said, you know what? I'm going to try this tobacco. And and I had a tin already. I'd gotten it with a sampler, and I opened the tin, and actually it turns out I have several tins of it, because I think I got some as gifts as well from friends. And that tin, it was a couple years old. I think it was like 2014, so it was about 4 years old. Had the gold top on it. It was actually quite good. That's a vanilla cased aromatic. This is not an aromatic, this blend number 5 here. This is not an aromatic at all. If there's some kind of topping or flavoring added, I can't detect any. I really can't. It just tastes like pure light-bodied tobacco that's rounded out nicely. Yeah, I don't taste anything. The retrohale is fantastic on this too. But definitely I taste the Virginias and the Latakia. You do get that cigarette-ish from the Burleys. That little kind of cigarette taste, but just a touch of it, really. Mostly I'm tasting Virginias and Latakia. I do love this pipe, by the way, this Dracula pipe. It's a bit lavish, I guess, a little too fanciful, perhaps. Surprisingly, I initially had gotten that with the intention to smoke aromatics in it, because I said, that's an aromatic pipe. I went with Balkan blends in it, because I also said, it's a Dracula pipe by Peterson, so to me that was something that you would smoke Balkans in. It just kind of made sense, since Dracula's from the Balkans, right? Now, Alexander Bridge, which is also from Sutliff Private Stock. I wish I had my tin of it up here. It's downstairs in the basement. That particular tin, that was one of the older tins, had the gold top, which is a sturdier top, I noticed, and it also had the very fine ribbon cut, and that was, I was really surprised by that, actually, and also surprised by the taste on that tobacco too. Now this one, Molto Dolce, this is a honey, caramel, and vanilla tobacco. Came very wet. Definitely cased. Definitely has flavoring added. It's also that coarse ribbon cut, but there's bits of fine ribbons in it as well. You could almost call this a fine ribbon cut at some point, as you can see there. Beautiful tin art on this. I wish they had taken this off and just maybe put that on the top of the lid, perhaps. That would have been nice, because it takes away from the beautiful artwork here. And I believe that's a rendering of one of the Madonna. I'm not sure. Art is not my forte or fort. So this is, you see, it's very dark, nice Virginias in here. Mostly red and dark Virginias and dark Cavendish in here. All right. This tin note reminds me of a Cinnabon, in all honesty. If you're walking in the mall and you walk by a Cinnabon, I feel like you get this scent here. This actually can make you hungry, I feel, if you smell this. Oh, the gold tins stack better too, actually. So if you're stacking like this, gold tins lock in better, the ones with the gold lids. It's you know, just a pet peeve. Now, many people ask, why am I trying to find aromatics if you really don't like aromatics? And I'm not a huge fan of aromatics. The reason is I'm married, and I want to continue smoking a pipe. So the quest for that good aromatic is out there, because I want to be able to smoke a pipe, even though I only smoke outside. I want to be able to smoke something that is not offensive to my wife when she's sitting outside with me, or your company, so to speak. You know, if you have guests over, my kids, things like that. Now, I have had very good responses with certain aromatics. I think the first tobacco I ever tried was Captain Black, which to me was, it didn't knock my socks off, and it kind of turned me off to smoking a pipe. And then it was the one in the white package. Then I met this guy Frank at the Matador, which is a cigar club near where I live, and he got me more into pipes, and he gave me a tin of, I shouldn't say he sold me a tin of my mixture 965. The leather, the raisins, its similarity and dissimilarities from a cigar were just phenomenal. That got me hooked, was that. The flavor out of that was just perfect. So I stuck with the non-arrows for a long time. But like you said, family, friends, things like that, kids, wife, they don't necessarily like the way the non-aromatics smell. So I tried CAO Cherry Bomb, which had this great tin note, had the first 10 minutes of a bowl of Cherry Bomb is really nice. And then you give way to the Cavendish, which is kind of blah at the end. It's not bad Cavendish, it's quite good Cavendish, but it's kind of blah. It's not toasted or anything like that. After that first 10 minutes of that bowl, that seemed to like wear off. It continues to smell great, but I wanted something that also tasted great for the rest of the smoke as well. Switched off to Drew Estates. I really fell in love with Harvest on the Hudson. The wife likes that, I like that. That's one, but sometimes you want something different. So I tried Hobbit's Weed, which kind of has a strong chemical smell in the tin note if you jar it. I've tried some Boswell blends, things like that, but back to Hobbit's Weed. Hobbit's Weed, phenomenal. Had a great smoke all the way through. The tobacco's good quality all the way through. It retains a lot of, after that 2/3 of the bowl, 2/3 of the way through, like I'd say 99.9% of aromatics, you lose the flavor of whatever the casing is. And then that's why you need that good tobacco underneath it. You got to make aromatics with good tobacco. I think it's a fallacy that you can make them with cheap tobacco and get away with it. And if you do make them with cheap tobacco, like I said, 2/3 of the way through the bowl, it goes blah on you. You know, it turns. so to speak. And that's just my opinion. You know, I'm no expert here. This is just what I've noticed in my observations. So, you know, I would, like I said, always looking for aromatics that the wife will tolerate. Hobbit's weed was one of them. Trout stream is definitely one of them. That's a phenomenal aromatic, actually. And this is one of them, this Molto Dolce. This is fantastic, it really is. Has a good flavor. The casing's not too gloopy. It feels gloopy on the hands, but it's not gloopy in the pipe. I have tried to give myself tongue bite. Why? Because I want to see if I can. And that's the thing with all those other aromatics that I've mentioned that I like. I've gotten no tongue bite from them. The Captain Black did give me some tongue bite, I felt. But Hobbit's weed and this, nothing. And absolutely outstanding, really, from the minute I light these bowls to the end of the bowl. Really is. Room note is also very pleasant room note here. I don't taste the honey, but I definitely get the vanilla and the caramel on this. You smell the honey in that. Yeah, it's I think this is worth the $6 for the tin, in all honesty. And, you know, aromatics are you either like them or you don't. And at least I used to feel that way, and now I feel that you can find aromatics that you like. It's just, it can be an exhaustive search. Some of the Boswell blends, they're not bad. They're not bad at all. But I think I've said it before in other videos, you have to have a good tobacco as a base for an aromatic to be good, because the flavoring will wear off. And also, you have to have tempered expectations of what your aromatics are going to taste like. One of the things with it that I guess people expect with an aromatic is, oh, it says it's a cherry tobacco. It's going to taste like cherry cobbler. No. It is not going to taste like a cherry cobbler. It is not going to taste like a cherry pie. You will have a hint of cherry, a hint of a vanilla, a hint of caramel. But you will not get a overwhelmingly, it's not like you're drinking a glass of cherry juice or something like that, even though that sounds kind of gross. But you know what I mean, like, you got to have realistic expectations. It's tobacco. But this, and you see how hard I'm puffing on this too. Like, I'm really chooching on this stuff here. And I gotta tell you, no tongue bite. This is, yeah, I'm really impressed with this. This is one of the better aromatics I've ever had. And this one, I gotta tell you, Molto Dolce, that has a lot of hype. Everybody talks about it in the world of aromatics like it is some kind of holy grail, and it is. So if I were going to pick 5 aromatics that I just really like, I would tell you number 5 is going to be CAO Cherry Bomb. And I would tie that with Eileen's Dream as well. Eileen's Dream is actually a very good tobacco as well. Number 4 for me is going to be, I would say number 4 is going to be Harvest on the Hudson. Number 3, I would say, is Trout Stream. Yeah, number 3 is Trout Stream. Number 2, I'm going to say number 2 is, I would put that as this here, the Molto Dolce by Sutliff Private Stock. And number 1 is, I would say number 1 is the Hobbit's-Weed by Tewksbury and Company. It really is a phenomenal tobacco. Now, if you don't like aromatics, and I'm like an aromatic convert, because I have found aromatics I like. I didn't think that was going to happen ever at any point. I would definitely try this if you're looking to try a decent aromatic. If you're not truly into aromatics. Now, this is a very aromatic tobacco, but I would say check it out if you're looking for something that everybody else around you will be able to stand the smell of. Granted, I feel that this smells fantastic, and it's got a nice mustiness to it too. And the tin note on the blend number 5 is not bad at all. The smoke coming off of this is just phenomenal, really is. Yeah, this has got some great flavor to it. I highly recommend everybody try this one too, number 5. It is no Presbyterian mixture. Like I said, I get a sense of one of the Throckmorton blends, but without the Virginias aren't quite as sweet. And the tartness is not there like you would from one of the from a McClellan style blend. Great retrohale though, really is. And I love the room note off of this. The smoke coming off this is just phenomenal to me. Like I said, it's no old Ironside, but if you're looking for something you can smoke every day and it's not going to cost you a fortune, I gotta tell you, at $3.50 a tin, yeah, you could pick up 20 tins of this for $70, and you would have a very good everyday tobacco on a regular basis that you could smoke, not have to worry about aging, things like that. I mean, at that price, I figured it was worth a shot, and I shot and scored. I will definitely get to doing the review on Alexander Bridge. That will be one of my next reviews. Bruce Smith 75, I need to hear from you. Hey, little buddy. Also need to hear, so Grossman 75, need to hear from you by a week after this video post, or else I have to pick another winner. I truly apologize, buddy. I'm going to do a review on the, definitely doing the review on Alexander Bridge. And I will definitely do a review on the Barbados plantation as well, because I picked up a couple tins of that. Just oddly enough, the one libation I never enjoyed was rum, but I've always liked the smell of rum. So we're gonna see how it goes as far as flavor in a pipe tobacco. I figured for $7 it was a hit or miss. It's either going to be good or it's going to be bad. And this one smokes well too. And I mean, there's no tongue bite coming off of this because it's not an aromatic, but this is very, very nice. This is one of the better tobaccos I've ever tried, actually. Let me rephrase that. For this price, this is one of the better tobaccos I've tried. I don't know if I would have gotten this if it were more than 10, if it were the, $9.50 a tin that it normally costs. But it's definitely one of the better Sutliff tobaccos I've tried. I've tried a lot of other Sutliff blends over the years. I think their private stock is it's worth the price on the private stock, and it's worth calling their private stock because it's significantly better than their regular tobaccos, in my opinion. But this number 5, like I said, this is a good all-day jam. This is if you're the kind of person who smokes 3 or 4 bowls a day, this might be a good all-day type, everyday tobacco. Especially if you try and hold on to your McClellan stuff and smoke that on special occasions. Or you're trying to hold on to your Dunhill stuff. Really, it hits the spot. Yeah, definitely try this if you're looking for an all-day blend. I mean, for $3.50 a tin, you can't go wrong. I don't know how long Pipes and Cigars is going to do it, but as of the day that I made this video, it was $3.50 a tin. So check it out. All right. As always, thanks for tuning in and checking out the videos. Appreciate every view. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I am not a monetized channel. I do not get paid for this. I don't get a dime from YouTube, Google. From what I'm finding out, nobody's really getting paid now for their videos. This is just a social thing, and it's a hobby. And this is probably one of the only bowls I'll smoke this week, in all honesty. I don't smoke any pipe. I don't smoke anything every day. I don't smoke every day at all. But when I sit down to make a video, or if I'm relaxing, I'm like, you know what? Let me do a video on this. So, but I do appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much. Section 333, signing out.